Guys, I want to welcome you to another episode of the Franchise Advisory Board, where we bring in founders and experts and people with practical experience that can share actionable advice that will help you build a memorable brand that will thrive. And I've got with me Nita Goutier, who's actually the founder of Sabai Thai Spa. And this is a really interesting brand. You guys are going to love listening to Nita today. They have been in business for 20 years. They've got 7 corporate locations. They just started franchising less than a year ago. And she's also, you won't know this, but she's a super mom, 4 kids, crazy disciplined with time management, and has some really neat philosophies that she's going to share with us today. But before we dive in, you have to know this about Nita. She grew up in Thailand in a village without running water and electricity, dirt floors, and she's built this luxury, wonderful brand. She lives in Canada now, but she was kind of inspired when she was in Canada because all the kind of Western style spas are very like sterile, clean, and not like as warm and welcoming and healing oriented as she was used to. Collecting herbs and things like that with her grandma and providing community learning and wellness and through daily practices in Thailand. And that's kind of the heart and the soul of her brand. And that's kind of what we want to talk about is she's been able to start to scale this empire and now getting into franchising. How has she been able to keep the focus on the heart and soul of her brand as the business continues to grow? Now, before we talk about that, though, Nita, welcome to the show. Tell everyone a little bit more about you before we jump into the topic.
Thank you for having me here. It's such a joy, to share my story to everyone here. Yes, my name is Nita. I'm the founder and CEO of Sabai Thai Spa. Sabai mean is relax, comfort, contentment, and harmony and generosity. That's the meaning of our company. Yeah.
I love it. And tell us more about your roots. I mean, what an interesting story. I don't think I've ever had anyone on the show that grew up in a village with no running water and electricity. Tell
Yeah.
us about the journey. Like, how did you get from that to running a multi-unit luxury spa in British Columbia?
It's a long story. We hope we have 10 hours together here today.
Maybe the short version. Maybe the short
Oh,
version.
yeah, yes, just yeah. I grew up in northern of Thailand in the village with no power, no running um, water or power at all because of my grandparent is the first generation to go to that land to clear the land to have the farmland and they build a house from the bamboo shack, right? And they have to deal with the tiger and cobra and all those stuff as well. And then when my dad is born there and I see all the generation that we grew up, we using clay pot and pan, and we don't even have shoe, bare feet all the time. And what I learned from what I grew up is the community that people help each other. If we have 200 people in a village at that time when I grew up. And if you're going to build a house, people will show up without asking. All the men will come up with a hammer. All the women will bring carry the chicken on the necks and veggie from the garden and they come in and cook the big pot. If you want to harvest your rice or your crop, people just show up. 30, 40 people show up without asking to help you cooking. I learned the value of the community, and that is build me today. Like whatever I doing, I always see the community is the core of everything you do. With the Sabai Thai Spa, and of course, when I grow up with no running water or power, that means we don't have anything. We don't have hospital. We don't have a bike or car. We're using herb, a natural healing
Mhm.
is part of life, right? We're using eat healthy, living healthy, thinking healthy, like thinking good, saying good is part of living. Just being, you
Mhm.
know, living with the moment and enjoy and sharing and caring, right? And then the caring are very, very strong in our community at that time.
Mhm.
And I love healing so much, right? Because, when people get sick working hard in the farm, we do a lot of Thai massage, herbal, and using some herbal steam and things like that. It's just it's just so interesting for me. When I was a kid, I just see people feel better. I like when people feel better. And then I start to learn from local healer, from my grandma. I'm always curious. And after that, I just want to learn more. I did not go to school. I go to school for just a very short time, just elementary school. After that, I just went to the esthetician school and then massage school, and I just learned more about the natural healing and holistic healing.
Mhm. Yeah, well, I think you and my wife would get along very well. If we're ever at a conference together, she's with me a lot. I'll make sure you
Yeah.
guys can talk to each other because she's actually doing a natural healing course online right now to get her master herbalist credential.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
like but this is a regular conversation that we have in
Oh
our
yeah. I'll
how
love to
can
get to
you
know it here.
yeah, I think you guys would get along great. Well, and Nita, thanks for sharing part of that journey. Let's shift. So many years later, obviously it was you didn't leave Thailand yesterday, right? So many years
Yes.
later now you've built this brand, and you've been kind of infusing into the brand these principles of heart and soul and community and these different aspects. So, but it's not easy to maintain that as you go when you have one location, much easier. Two
Yes.
locations, it starts to get harder. But when you go to seven corporate locations, what we want to talk about today is how have you been able to maintain that culture, that soul of the business as you've expanded? Because many franchises really, really struggle to make sure that experience that the customer has when they walk into Sabai Thai Spa in one part of the country should be the same in the other part of the country. It's the experience that people are paying for and the services, right? Experience is first, though, typically in the consumer mind. So let's talk a little bit and break down
Yeah.
what are some of the ways that you've been able to kind of capture and then systematize this culture that you've built out?
Yeah, because I grew up with very warm cultural, right? In my country, I work with many spa, hotel in Thailand, just a way, very high hospitality in Thailand.
Yeah.
And then I moved to Canada, working in different spa, different medical spa or different, clinic, spa, salon. I just noticed like one thing is missing is the feeling, the cultural, right? Is because the treatment experience is, I know the weather is cold here, the culture is a little bit cold, but then also, the treatment is more like a transaction. And that what I think on that time, I said, okay, I need to open the Sabai Thai Spa. I need to open a space that people can have the experience. I want people to feel the journey, the experience after the service and the care after as well. And that is my whole goal from beginning on the first location before I even do expansion of franchising is my one purpose is to get the people to have that experience and massage is should be part of routine because people here when they come, oh, I only go to get massage when my anniversary or birthday, twice a year or something. Some people never get massage. I said, no, no, no. In Thailand, massage is part of life. It's, we go weekly, twice a week. It's just part of routine. It's like going regular exercise or oil change for your car.
Mhm.
It's like a routine.
Yeah.
I want to change that here, and I want people to have warm cultural experience and the whole journey of the spa that are coming in to have the full experience. That's why when I first opened Sabai Thai Spa, I thinking I want people to feel five senses. The first they're coming in, the sight, the see, the sound, the touch, the taste,
Mhm.
and that's to take care of. But the first step, they're coming to Sabai Thai Spa. They feel they travel to Thailand
Mhm.
without getting on the airplane. The smile, the high hospitality of welcoming and greeting and care for that person that coming in. It truly care for that person the whole journey,
Mhm.
and that's a key of a business. Is a is the truly care of the customer journey
Yeah.
and
Well,
the experience.
I love that. Let's talk about it a little bit. You mentioned the five senses, and this is interesting because I'm sure other people are thinking about some of these things too. But how do you break your experience down into the five sense categories? And then I'm going to ask you afterwards. Now, how do you make that replicable, right? Because it's easy
Yes,
to do it once, but doing
yes,
it 15 times a day
Yeah.
in 7 different locations. That takes a lot more effort as a franchisor, as a founder. So how do you do that?
We just convert all of those into system, right? The first thing like site is just what you see, right? When soon you see you come in, our lobby is built like home, right? Like feel like you're coming to my home. It's just warm as soon as you get warm teak wood, the whole journey, the experience. And the first that you come in, you already feel like you're transported. It's already take care, number one. And then number two is the sound, right? We have our own custom music that actually we build our own music that follow with the heartbeat, the flow, the sound. We have a different pad, and then we have the Thai instrument that coming in is unique. Uh, the unique music that already calming you down before your treatment began already, right? And then after that is the smell, right? The smell of the Thai herb is uniqueness that you're coming in. You just, already the feeling is that connect to your scent. You also now you even more relaxing. And then after that, you get the touch with the traditional technique that we training a team. That technique that we're using over from Thailand is over 2,500 years ago. We have a certain signature technique, signature move that we implementing to treatment, and after your treatment is the taste of ginger tea or lemongrass. That's just to add to the whole journey and the experience.
I love it. And now, so these are things that you guys have created as part of this customer experience to really kind of transport people to a different experience. And
Yes.
now you've created this experience. How have you then lifted it and then set it up in 7 different corporate locations? And how are your franchisees going to replicate that transportational experience, right? To transport people into a different kind of mindset as they're getting treatment in your spa. How do you make that replicable?
It's all those 5 cents is already in system, right? The way the way the lobby build, the music, the sound, the smell, the taste, that part is already taken care of. The one that I saw that would be challenging for people is the mindset training, right? We
Mhm.
in system and franchising for us, we lead with people with the heart. We focus on mindset training. We coaching people mindset. We have a cultural plus program or training people, how to, okay, 3 second rule, you have to smile, greeting people, welcoming, to
Yeah.
hear the word, to, what word you to use. And also teach people, have a good mind is, thinking good, say something good, make yourself feel good, and then truly care for yourself, be kind to yourself. Kindness is one thing that we bring it into our cultural. And, when you kind to yourself, it's same thing, very simple stuff, like a simple brain mindset. Like, if you spill the coffee on your shirt, you don't have to, I'm getting so mad, like, oh, my day is ruined. No, it's just coffee, spill on the shirt. It's okay, not a big deal, you can change the new shirt or it's okay, right? And that kind of in a franchise us or in a team is more like a mindset. It's a cultural mindset. It's being kind to yourself. And then when you're kind to yourself, you're kind to the person next to you, and you be kind to the customer and be kind to the community. And that's our cultural of our brand, right? And then also we are looking for people that good fit as well, right? If people who like people that will fit to a brand, not some people, I don't like to talk to people, but I want to have your brand. No, right? We have to find the people that care for their community, they care for other, that they like people, and that have the entrepreneurial mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. And so let's talk about that hiring process for a minute because that's hard. One, actually, I got to take a step back.
Yeah.
Mindset training. How do your team members respond to that? Because I think some people listening might be a little skeptical and say, really, you spend a lot of time training hourly employees on mindset and self-care. That some people might be skeptical about that, but how do your employees react, your staff and your team members, how do they react to that type of investment you're making in their well-being?
Oh, for me, my own experience when I talk to my team and doing that, they're just like, wow,
Mhm.
thank you. I didn't even think this way or see this way. And then when we explain that, they just like, thank you so much. And I feel better. I perform better. I communicate to customer better and customer return and they see the whole picture better. And then actually they become a better worker because of that very small mindset training. I think it's very important for a lot of company to invest on training the team on the mindset instead, you know, just production only. Production come when the mindset is there, right?
Yes, yes, good production, right? Good
Yes,
production,
good
consistent production.
production. Yeah.
I love that. Production comes when the mindset is there. I feel like that's a missing piece. Very Western culture,
Yeah.
thing that, hey, let's get to work. Let's have systems and processes and KPIs and let's measure performance. And it really, we live in the rear view mirror where we look behind us at the numbers a lot.
Yeah.
But rather than look at the present and live in the present and focus on the present state of the employees, that's a very Eastern culture approach. I really like that a lot.
You will have that goal anyway. Like I think it's a different way of sliding apple, right? You can slide an apple in a different way, but you will get to the goal. It's the same, right? But just you might take a different path, right? Some people might climb the mountain, go to the valley, or just go straight line. But the end is you get to the same goal, but
Mhm.
just how you get there is slightly different. For me, I believe in people. I believe in people heart and mind. And if people have the good mind and good heart, and they will do good everything they do in life, and they can do anything. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I believe the same. So tell me about tenure. So if your employees they've got to feel different when they come to work for Sabai Thai Spa, right?
Yeah.
And this can become part of the competitive superpower of your brand too.
Yeah.
What do you find? How long do your employees stay? Do you feel like you have good tenure? Is turnover low? Do they tend to be happier in the workplace? What have you experienced by investing up front in their well-being that way?
We have people stay with us very long time. Some people almost 20 years, over 15 years, over 10 years, and some therapists over 5 years. We have a lot of long-term staff, and because they feel like family, they feel like home. And that's the first thing when I start my business on the first year in 2005, that what I focus is on people feeling, not just only customer is my how people are working feeling. I want them to feel belonging. I want them to feel like belong like home. I want guests to feel like they come to spa like they feel to visit someone at home as well. And that is what I build a business on based on the cultural of the team right from beginning. And that is it's easy for us now because that's what we start with. And then like people work for me. People work together 8 hours per day. Say so many days in a week, in a month, a year. You see more than your family and your friend. How
Yeah.
about we treat the people that who work with us like family and best friend?
Hmm.
And that's what I'm thinking. That's how we create the whole cultural system, cultural plus program that get people aligned the same goal, the same, like a vision of life and the work and everything. And teach them same thing. Just say that work together. You see, you come here. It's like you treat your coworker like your friend and family because they will become like your friend and family because you're going to see each other for so many years. And might as well just do that right from beginning. And people seem to accept that very well. And they become their best friend and the best family, and they're happy to work together because when they're happy together, they want to work together for long term, and they don't want to leave their coworker, right?
Yeah, and I'm sure there are many times where it doesn't work that way. You think you hire the
Yeah.
right person. How do you protect that culture when maybe you've brought on somebody who it turns out not to be the right fit?
Of course, that would happen with every business.
Right.
Yeah, if they're not the right fit, they will wiggling themselves out, right? They just, they're not fit in, they're just not comfortable, and they're not interested in the cultural stuff.
Hmm.
And usually they will remove themselves out very quickly. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Usually when we go to the interview process, we looking for people that who care for their community, care for themselves, and care for others, and they are people person. If they have those, they will love our concept and they will love our brand.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it will. it's the law of attraction, right? Like you
Yeah,
put that out, and then it should attract the right people. I feel as a person that runs a company, it's also our responsibility to protect that culture. We
yes,
find people that are in our teams, somehow they made it in. They seem like the right person. Maybe something changed in their life and they've changed.
yeah,
No, they're no longer the right fit.
yeah.
It's important that we also protect that.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Um,
have a lot of people return. Like it's quite, many years go by, many say, oh, that person used to work with us before, and now they return, and then I saw another one return. And it's such a joy for me when I see people. I love working here. I love to hear that. That's my joy. That's my successful, that's
uh-huh.
not about how many locations I have. It's my successful is when I hear I love working here. I see people happy and the customer, I feel more relaxed. I feel more calm. My week are better because I'm coming to the Sabai. And that's such a joy for me. That is my driving, that's keep me going and keep me like
Mhm.
and boost me up with full of energy. Yeah.
I'll bet. And I think that because of the way you've structured the business,
Yeah.
it's got to provide that same sort of impact and energy and excitement for
Yeah.
your team if they're really buying into the culture.
Yeah.
Uh, and Nita, one of the things I wanted to ask you about it is about you mentioned early on like there are kind of three pillars for what makes your culture and the soul of your business different. We've talked
Yeah.
about some of this already. So care of the customer, care of
Yeah.
the team, and care of or engagement with the community. Do you
Yeah.
mind? I feel like we've talked about your team quite a bit, but
Yeah.
what are you guys doing uniquely to maintain that culture of caring for the customer and caring for and engaging with the community at scale, at the multiple locations that you're running? How do you ensure that's happening and that those locations are successful in those two areas?
Yeah, we put that into system beautifully, and it's very easy to implementing now because we already done for so many years. Now we just put that into a system. How we engage with the community, how we engage with the staff, and how the staff culture would be. Like we just, for me, I'm just so happy this part is so successful with our brand, with the cultural. We nail it down. And I'm just so happy when I see the staff hang out together outside working. They have activity together, the group gathering together. It's just like, wow, this is successful, when you build this, this kind of brand and people happy to work with you and they're happy to hang out outside after work together and just it's just so joyful to see that. And what we did, we just put everything into system, right? The way we do, we just convert the culture to system. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell us more about the system? Like, how did you systematize those parts of the business? We talked about the five senses, but how
Yeah.
about the community outreach? How
Yeah,
did
the
you,
community, like what we do, like we will have a certain system that, okay, we're going to engage, like we open up for the community to come up with raffle or
Mhm.
sign auction or even the soccer team, communities, local
Mhm.
school or hospital and things like that. We very engaged to the local market, event and things like that. We always show up for the local stuff. And the local very know us very well, right? We usually we give a lot to the local, right? That's
Mhm.
part of our, our business here, and that become a system. Now we convert that to a system. Now, okay, we're going to do this much for this community, do this much for this community, do this much community, and we have all the system in the back end behind. Just so easy to track, so easy to manage, to affiliate link, like to even the local they sport team, they can take a brand and then they can just go to like local community, if they purchase certain gift certificate from a spa, 30% will go toward the team, sport team, right? And that's what we do
Mhm.
and things like that. And just that you can apply to every team in the same system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's neat. So you guys have systematized kind of a fundraising mechanism to engage with and
Yeah,
give back to those
yeah,
teams, and that's
yeah.
neat.
We have a system for it. Actually
Yeah.
convert into a system because we done so much before and we didn't have system. And after that, okay, how about we convert those to be a system? And actually it's very easy to do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And you mentioned before you do some other charitable work in the communities. How does the team participate in that? How do you, because if it's just the owner or the manager in the corporate stores that's out doing it, then it won't have as much impact on the team. It doesn't feel like it'll be as much of a culture to give back to the community. How do you involve the whole team, all of your estheticians, massage therapists, so that they all feel like they're part of that culture of giving back to the community?
Yeah, we asked who want to join to this event and things like that, who want to volunteer their time to get there, and they get paid while their time, volunteer their time as well. And everybody happy to volunteer to get there because they get paid with volunteering.
Yeah, that does help, I'll bet, a little bit.
That's
Yeah.
help, yeah. And it's
Yeah.
fun, right? It's fun, and it change. People love it because it's a little bit of change, little involved engagement. It just give people purpose and excitement. Yeah, do something different. Yeah,
Yeah. No, you said the word purpose, right? Like it gives
yeah,
them purpose.
yes,
And sometimes especially when we're working, I just had Scott Greenberg on the podcast. His episode went live today, but
yeah,
he talks a lot about how do you engage with and uplift and support these hourly team members so they
yeah.
feel like there's more to it. He and I didn't talk about that part of it. We didn't get to it, but you're bringing it up. So have you seen like what kind of an impact have you seen with your team members when they finally get the purpose? Like, how does that impact their behavior in the workplace when they you've systematized all these processes and tried to get them engaged, but when they finally get the purpose, how does that change their behavior?
Behavior on when people have purpose, they have more energy to
Mhm.
give. They have more energy to perform better because they have purpose in life to do something good. And then what we offer here is health and wellness is the best thing we can offer to people. We help people to feel good and become more healthy. Our goal in our culture in our spa is our goal is to help people to have longevity, preventative, right? We want people to get healthy and holistic healing and helping people to live longer. Actually, it's a good purpose for our goal for our company.
Yeah.
And I think everybody like that goal and then they like that purpose and they want to help people to achieve it. You want one customer at a time. We just massage should be part of routine. Self-care is part of routine. We're here to take care of you and let us care for you, right?
Yeah.
That's a team. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, purpose-driven organizations always outperform those that aren't. So I love that you're focusing on that. And what a good purpose. Tell
Yes.
me, so now we've talked about systems quite a bit. Like when we systematize, we've systematized community outreach through some fundraising programs, and you've systematized training to help make sure everyone
Yeah.
understands the Sabai Thai way, so they can
Yeah.
live the culture that you've built and replicate it. So those sorts of systems make a real impact on when you start franchising now. You can deploy those systems now, and the
Yep.
franchise owners can very quickly recreate your culture, your experience, your brand at the local level. Can you tell me more about some of the tools and systems that you're using that help you guys to do those things, the training and the management of the performance and anything else, even the fundraising? I'd be curious, what tools are you using and how are you systematizing those things?
Yeah, we're using like MLS tool and CRM, AI. Like we do a lot of customized tool that we're using. We hire, coding engineering and building. And when we're a spa company, we're using a lot of tech
Uh-huh.
involved. A lot of, so many times people are like, wow, surprisingly, you guys using a lot of tech into your, spa and wellness. Yes, because we want to use tech or AI to help to free us up more time to connect with people, right? Because for us, it's all about people, about connection and treat people well. And then if we can using a system and the back end to support us to have more free time to be face to face with people, that driving for on the back end for me anyway, that it's a whole team that how can we using the new AI system to have us more time to be engaged with people face to face. Yeah.
I love it. Well, you may know this, you do, but you're preaching the same story that I talk to people about all the time. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, technology should be freeing up the time for your people to do what people do best, which is engage, communicate,
Yes.
and
Yes.
create experiences, share, and in our world, show people software. In your world, walk them down the hall and talk to them as they're getting ready for their treatment, right? But
Yeah.
if they're busy like filling out paperwork or typing in notes in the system or
Yeah.
something like that, while the person's waiting on them, it's not a great
Yeah.
experience, and they're not focused on the customer's experience.
Yes. Yeah. That's what we're missing in here, I think, in a lot of time. Yeah, but for me, I did not understand the whole system about the modern world or AI, but understand about people feeling that I'm just focused. Okay, any tool that gives
Mhm.
us more time, I would take anything to to
Yeah.
improve on that. Yeah, we're working on a lot, even the marketing, accounting, and everything. Because I start my business from nothing, literally less than $1,000 to start my spa business, and I have to do a lot of work doing that. And I start from zero up, and I learn a lot. And then I don't want the franchisee or other entrepreneur to have the same journey that I have. I'll create more system for them. Okay, you don't have to go to the pain point that I've already done it before, right? I skip you all those. Yeah,
Yeah.
we support it all. Yeah,
Well, what you just said, I think that what you said is actually exactly what the industry needs to hear. And I think many franchise brands are trying to live by what you just said, which is I don't want the owners to experience the same discomfort I did as I developed all these systems. That's the whole point
yeah,
of the franchise. And
yeah,
when you talk about marketing and accounting, some of those things, they take quite a while to get right,
yeah,
especially in marketing. I feel
yeah.
like that's where most businesses fail is in the marketing and
Yes,
sales.
yeah.
Uh, so tell us, as you've been systematizing those, how do you make sure even the use of marketing and the message you go out into the marketplace with, how do you ensure that that resonates your brand
Yeah,
as
we support all those marketing anyway. And for me, what I would like the owner to focus on is people, your staff, your customer, your community. Three things that I want you to focus on. The less we help take care, we take care quite a large area on that area because it was not hard for us to take care on the marketing and
Mhm.
support them on the accounting because we done the marketing for 20 years. We go through so many cycles and we learn so much and we good at it. And then I remember when I start business from beginning, I didn't know about marketing. I didn't know anything, just one step forward, three step backward and just, like a tumble along. And why I want them to do that. We already done it. We already done everything you think of. We already try every marketing idea, experiment is, so many different kind of marketing. We've done it. And we support that a lot. Like we go quite beyond than many franchise company offer on the marketing side of it,
Mhm.
because marketing is the key of success on the business. Is
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Well, this is I think if we were to start to summarize a couple of key points,
yeah,
things that stand out to me, Nita, are that the franchisor role and your role with Sabai
yeah,
Thai has been to create systems that can replicate the culture and the
yeah,
customer experience and free up the franchise owner so he or she has time to focus on the three key elements of your business: the employees, the customers, and the community. Those are
yeah,
some of the key things I'm taking out today.
yeah.
Tell you help us with a few other summary points. What are a few other key things that you would want everyone to know about how you've been able to replicate and create this cultural map that stays consistent over multiple locations?
it it convert into system. At the end of the day, the whole cultural is convert into system, right? It become a system of cultural system.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
just yeah, you just create in yeah, we just convert them to become a system, and that and then also the culture of focus on the people person, right? Just the staff, the customer, and the community. And then the other system like the accounting, the marketing, and the training and stuff like that. That from our side that we support. We go beyond in that area, and we know it's not extra. It's a little bit extra for us, but it's not over extra that we can excel them faster. And this way, if we have the strong support in this area, then they can excel very fast on what they're doing. Yeah.
Well, now that you guys are franchising, you've got a fourth pillar to focus on. So you've got at the local level, you've got your employees, your customers, and your community, and now you have the franchise owner community that you personally get to spend a lot of time working with and coaching and mentoring. That's going to be a neat experience, I think, for you and for them as you guys are starting to expand into franchising, Nita.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a joy for me to share, to mentoring and coaching. I love doing that. Yeah, I have a lot of history to share.
I'll bet. Well,
Yeah.
this has been great. Thank you for joining us on the Franchise Advisory Board podcast, Nita. If somebody wanted to reach out to you because they want to learn a little bit more about your franchise or just how you've been able to master this idea of systematizing culture, how should they reach out to you?
You can reach out to sabaifranchise.com, Sabai, franchise.com, or reach out to my LinkedIn, Nita Goutier, Nuttha. My last name is Goutier on LinkedIn. I usually respond very quickly on LinkedIn. Yeah.
Great. Well, Nita, thanks for making some time and best of luck to you and the team as you guys keep growing.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you for having me here and such a joy to be on your podcast.
Thanks again.